Buddy, I'm Heisei Godzilla, and I'm bringing you guys the next video of my power scaling of Godzillas. Now, we're scaling Heisei Godzilla, one of the most powerful Godzillas that I actually known. Yes, one of the most powerful. So, yeah, if you're wondering how is Heisei stronger than Showa Godzilla, if you may be asking. Well, if you have to remember, each Godzilla film is just a branch of 1954, which means that most of them will most likely have the same dimensional scale as the original Showa series if we were to calculate that. But if we're not calculating it like that, then yeah. But we have to remember that the Ghidorahs are still more powerful. And remember, this Heisei Godzilla, just in his own Godzilla source form, was able to practically beat an entire army with just his bare experience. And remember, this dinosaur was able to survive for millions of years, meaning that he will most likely have million years of battle experience, meaning that this Godzilla will most likely be incredibly experienced in battle. Now, how would I calculate his power in his first form, the Godzilla source form? Well, he would not be that strong due to Godzilla source not being this powerful, but the Godzilla source is still pretty strong in its own right. I'll say I'll put it at around C block level, small city block level to maybe even city level. It's not large city level, it's just small city level. When actually hit with the atomic bomb, Godzilla will most likely become incredibly strong. He was also able to beat Biollante, which practically Biollante has his own cells which have infinite evolution, meaning that Godzilla was able to defeat a being that can infinitely evolve. But of course, she only evolved one time. But in this one time, Godzilla was still able to at least one-shot her, meaning that Godzilla will be at least 7.5 times stronger than Biollante. And Biollante was able to shake the entire place around her, meaning that she must have continental power to do that. Meaning that Godzilla should upscale Biollante, which she has continental to multi-continental power. Meaning that Godzilla must likely have multi-continental to maybe even small planetary level of power, which is an incredibly impressive feat. Now we are moving on to Godzilla versus King Ghidorah. Now Godzilla was able to become a lot stronger and able to gain a gigantic boost in power. He was also able to face off against a weapon that can increase the attack when it's hit at least 1,000 times, meaning that Godzilla's durability will be incredibly higher due to his atomic beam being at least 500,000 degrees, which is incredibly impressive feat because Godzilla was able to take it with no difficulty times 1,000. And yes, I'm talking about this Godzilla you're seeing right here. Now I'm also going to explain about Godzilla's atomic breath. His atomic breath is incredibly powerful and was able to bring down Ghidorah with just one blow. He is also incredibly stronger due to the atomic bomb boost he was able to get, increasing his height to 100 meters, make him at least miles away stronger than he would have been. And due to Ghidorah also being almost close to his Showa counterpart, will most likely be a Star Buster level, meaning that Godzilla should upscale Ghidorah from his time, meaning that Godzilla will most likely have solar system power in just this time. But how can I put Godzilla even higher? Well, we have to go into the battle between Godzilla and Space Godzilla. Space Godzilla practically has the cells of Godzilla and Biollante. Biollante has Godzilla's cells, which have infinite evolution. And remember, the cells were able to survive black holes and evolve, meaning that even just Godzilla's cell was able to survive, meaning that Godzilla was most likely able to survive himself as well. But that only bringing only 50% of the feat because of Biollante's other abilities, meaning that Godzilla should have at least solar system to maybe even small galaxy level of power. Now, Space Godzilla was there to have infinite energy and infinite power. How would you even think about that, you may ask? Well, it's because he was able to absorb multiple black holes and evolve. That's why he was able to take this original form of Space Godzilla. Originally, he was just a gigantic crystal, but due to Biolante's cells, he was able to evolve and became a lot stronger. Now, Space Godzilla was easily able to overpower Godzilla in their first encounter, easily able to beat him. But how can I get Godzilla to be even higher? Well, remember, Space Godzilla has infinite energy. It can travel at the speed of light. It may be even infinite speed if you were to also calculate that. Also, in the Heisei era, light speed can also be can provided to be faster than the speed of time, due to most likely some feats that are shown from Leo Matra, the Matra trilogy. So yeah. Now, if you're wondering how can Godzilla even defeat Space Godzilla, we have to go to the event of Godzilla vs. Mechagodzilla 2, when the G-Man was able to fight off against a clone variation of himself, which was able to beat him, but eventually when Rodan sacrificed himself to give Godzilla a boost in power. How would this boost in power, you may ask? Well, he evolved Godzilla's normal spiral attack into the spiral heat ray, which is a much stronger variation of his atomic breath. And this attack was able to at least 2 to 3 shot Space Godzilla. And remember, Space Godzilla has infinite power alongside he can even travel at infinite speed, making his power to be at least universal to 4D, which is an incredibly impressive feat. Now, Godzilla also would have absorbed Space Godzilla after defeating him, would have absorbed his infinite power, meaning that Godzilla in base should upscale Space Godzilla to be able to defeat him with ease in using his spiral breath. But also absorbing his power, he was able to grow even stronger and even more powerful. Due to Space Godzilla having infinite power, Godzilla will most likely scale to infinite 4D due to able to beat him. But after absorbing him, he will grow to even higher scale of power because of able to absorb his energy. Now, how would Godzilla go even further, if you may ask? Well, Heisei Godzilla is a lot more stronger and a lot more powerful. He was also able to most likely defeat most of his opponents with literal ease, and he was also able to deal with both Mothra and Batra in one too, which is an impressive feat if we were to scale Godzilla's power, because in a short era, he was able to easily be beaten by just normal Mothra. But in the Heisei era, he was able to beat both Mothra and Batra at the same time. Of course, he was still able to be locked down the ocean, but it's still impressive. Now, if you're wondering how can I actually get Godzilla to be this higher scales, remember, Godzilla was able to survive in a volcano for 5 years, which is at least a continental feat if we were to calculate this. So yeah, it stayed from multi-continental to maybe even small planetary level of power. And remember, Godzilla was able to become even stronger after defeating Space Godzilla, meaning that he was able to upscale Space Godzilla by a large margin, making his base to be a lot stronger than before due to his own Space Godzilla's power. Now, how would Godzilla become even stronger, you may ask? Well, he'll grow into a burning Godzilla. Yes, I'm scaling both Godzilla's forms, base and burning form. Now, how will Godzilla be even stronger in his burning form, you may ask? Well, he became a lot stronger because this form allows him to access a new ability known as the Infinite Spiral Heat Ray, which can infinitely increase his power to how much Godzilla fires it, meaning that it will grow infinite times stronger each time it's fired. Now remember, Godzilla was able to easily be destroyed using this type of power and became incredibly massive force to be reckoned with. Godzilla will most likely is a lot stronger in this form because it was stated that he will most likely destroy the entire planet. But I think that actually is a small feat because they say that he will end all that they know. Meaning that Godzilla will actually destroy the entire cosmology of the entire Showa era or Heisei era. I meant Heisei era, so sorry guys. So yeah, with this of course means that Godzilla's power in this form should upscale 4D due to his power being increased thanks to Space Godzilla. Meaning that Godzilla should at least be 5 to 6D or 6-dimensional, which will most likely put Godzilla or Heisei Godzilla to be at multiversal level of power. But he can also grow infinite times strong, being complex multiversal, meaning he'll be infinite 6D due to his power being infinite thanks to an infinite spiral heat ray. With this power, Heisei Godzilla will easily able to defeat most of his opponents. But remember, Space Godzilla was dying. Heisei Godzilla was dying in this form when he was able to face off against Destroyer. But if he was not dying, he most likely was able to scale even further. But in just him scaling like this, he's able to provide it with much better feats than most other kaijus in his universe. With Heisei Godzilla showing that he is the true king of the monster in his era and how powerful he has truly become. He was only lost one fight, but he has won many other fights in his life, showing just how powerful this Godzilla is. And this is his base form, ranging from solar system to universal. His speed ranging from light speed to infinite speed due to able to dart some of the crystals of Space Godzilla, which was able to move at infinite to light speed. His durability is solar system to galaxy level due to most likely scaling the black holes and the feet of Space Godzilla. His normal abilities are his atomic breath, atomic pulse, and the spiral heat ray. And in his burning form, his AP goes to universal or 4D to complex multiversal, which is infinite 6D. And his speed will most likely move from infinite to immeasurable speed, and his durability will most likely be galaxy to multi-galaxy level. And his abilities will stay the same, plus the infinite spiral heat ray, which this means that this Heisei Godzilla is one of the strongest Godzillas to ever exist in the power scaling. Now, do I mean that the Heisei Godzilla is the strongest out of all the other Godzillas? Yes, but you guys will see in another video of another Godzilla even stronger than Heisei himself. But I hope you guys are waiting for this, and I hope you guys enjoy this video. See you guys next time. See you next time.